Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I've spent my career right at the intersection of modern hospitality operations and performance support. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. We're really looking forward to supporting your professional growth in this amazing industry. So, what we've designed here is a program focused on practical, real-world knowledge. This isn't just theory from a textbook. We're going to be digging into how real hotel operations are being transformed, supported by some incredible AI-driven practices that are changing the game as we speak. All right, let's start with something that is absolutely critical to any hotel's bottom line, but honestly is almost always overlooked: waste. This quote really hits the nail on the head. We track our energy, we track our water, but waste has always been this forgotten utility. Well, that's all about to change. I want you to think about how it usually works. A truck shows up, hauls away your bins, and a little while later, you get a bill. But what are you actually paying for? The truth is, in the traditional model, you have zero idea. You're flying completely blind, just paying this flat fee for a mystery problem. And trust me, it's costing you a fortune. So, what's really in those bins? Is it perfectly good food from the kitchen that could have been used? Is it full of cardboard that guests tried to recycle but just tossed in the wrong bin? The thing is, without any data, you're just guessing, and you can't manage what you can't measure. So you've got these two different worlds, right? The old way is just passive. It's out of sight, out of mind. But the new way, true management, is active. It's intelligent. The real difference maker here is visibility. It's about seeing your waste not just as a bill at the end of the month, but seeing it in real time at the exact moment it's created. Okay, so that begs the question, how on earth do we get that kind of visibility? Well, this is where the technology gets really cool. We're going to look at an AI-powered solution that's taking this forgotten cost center and turning it into an absolute powerhouse for savings and efficiency. Now, the process sounds complicated, but it's actually brilliantly simple. You just place a smart system over a waste bin. It's got a digital scale and an AI-powered camera. Using some pretty advanced computer vision, the system instantly sees what's being thrown out, weighs it, and then calculates its exact financial cost based on what your hotel actually paid for it. And this AI is incredibly smart. It doesn't just see food. It sees a high-value half-eaten steak. It sees a tray of uneaten bread from the breakfast buffet. It sees everything. It quantifies it. And it creates this perfect digital record of every single thing you're wasting. But look, just collecting data isn't enough, right? The real magic happens when your team gets to see that data, when they can use it to make smart, immediate changes to how they work. This is where information turns into real transformation. And this is where you get that big aha moment. Here's a real-world example. One hotel discovered it was throwing away 50 pounds worth of perfectly good croissants every single morning. Can you imagine seeing that number pop up on a report? It's a total wake-up call. It immediately shifts your mindset from unconscious waste to conscious action. And once the team sees that data, they can act on it right away. They can start baking fewer croissants, they can change how they present food on the buffet. Suddenly, you're building a real culture of waste awareness. It's not about blaming people, it's about empowering them. The data gives every single person on the team the power to be a cost saver. But this idea is so much bigger than just the kitchen. You can take this exact same AI-driven approach and scale it across the entire hotel. This gives you a complete, holistic picture of your entire waste ecosystem, and that helps you absolutely crush your bigger sustainability goals. Now, a key metric you're going to hear a lot about is your diversion rate. It sounds a bit technical, but all it means is this: what percentage of your total waste is avoiding the landfill? For any hotel that's serious about sustainability, getting this number as high as possible is a top priority. And the impact here is massive. We're not talking about tiny little tweaks. By using AI to monitor all of your waste and recycling, a hotel can see a huge jump in its diversion rate. I mean, going from 45% to 75%, that is a fundamental, game-changing shift. Okay, but one of the biggest hurdles in recycling is something called contamination. This is what happens when the wrong stuff ends up in the wrong bin. Like when someone tosses their leftover lunch into the cardboard-only bin, it basically ruins the whole batch. And this is a much bigger problem than most people realize. Your waste company can actually hit you with heavy fines for contaminated loads. Or even worse, they'll just reject the entire bin and send it all straight to a landfill. AI monitoring helps you spot these mistakes as they happen, so you can retrain staff before it costs you serious money and hurts your green reputation. So let's zoom out for a second, because this brings us to the bigger picture. Smart waste management isn't just about saving a few bucks anymore. It's about positioning your hotel as a true industry leader and aligning with the most important corporate goals of our time. When you use AI to audit your waste, you get hard, verifiable data. All of a sudden, your commitment to a zero-waste future goes from being a nice promise on your website to a quantifiable, evidence-based reality that you can actually prove to anyone who asks. And that proof? That's absolutely critical for your ESG ratings. That's environmental, social, and governance. In today's market, a strong ESG score isn't just a nice to have. It's essential. It's what attracts investors, corporate clients, and the guests you want to have. It's a non-negotiable competitive advantage. So, I'll leave you with this thought. The technology is here. The business case is crystal clear. As you step into your roles as the next generation of leaders in this industry, the real question is, how will you use these incredible tools to build a more efficient, a more profitable, and a truly sustainable future?